Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This your boy, Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast, your host of the number one podcast coming to you live in America. And today we have a very special guest. This is a great, just powerful, dynamic woman that is changing the landscape of health. I'm talking about health, fitness. She does all of it, but she's doing it from the heart. And that's what's missing, and that's what needs to be reinforced. Today, my special guest is a transformational health and wellness coach. She has attended the Institute of Integrative Nutrition in 2018. And because she felt her health was declining, because of the modern day Western medicine had failed her, she had to find and carve out a new path. At her heaviest, she weighed. Now, women don't talk about their weight or their age for some reason. We know. But at her heaviest, she weighed 230 pounds, in which doctors assumed she had anxiety issues and prescribed medications. We all are on medications. You know it. That's the first thing they do, which caused significant weight gain and was one of the many side effects of the medication, which caused her to expand even more and hurt her even more. With the help of the Institute, hours of research and healing, she was able to take back control of her health, her life, and find her purpose and lose 85 pounds in the process. To date, she now weighs 145 pounds and has dedicated her life to helping others become the best versions of themselves. And she coaches and consults you and I into our best lives ever. Today, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Miss Nikki Lewis to the stage.
Hello.
Yay!
How are you?
How are you? Thank
I
you.
am great.
Thank you for joining us, Miss Nikki. It is an absolute pleasure to have you on the show today. It's an absolute blessing to have such a dynamic and impactful just speaker, just powerful. I can't think of any other word. Flustered right now because I can't think of any other just a powerful dynamic speaker who's changing lives. And you've shared with me some of the stories and lives that you've impacted, and I'm just in awe. And it needs to happen. It needs to be said. Thank you, Miss Nikki, for being here today.
You are welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. So jumping right into it,
Okay.
what is a detox queen?
A detox queen is pretty much a female that has been through a lot, but has overcome it and has become the best version of themselves by detoxing their mind and detoxing their body.
Ooh.
And that's what a detox queen is.
Absolutely. So mind and body. What
Mind and
motivated you? What? Absolutely. Those things have to be in unison and they have to work together because the body can't live without the mind.
Not at all. And that's what people fail to realize. You have to change your mindset. That's the most important thing. Changing your mindset. Yes. So you're going to ask.
What motivated you to even go down this path and focus on health and wellness? You could do a number of different things. You could do anything in the world that you set your mind to because of who you are. But why this path in living your best life?
Well, it started in childhood. I was always a sickly person. I always had something wrong with my stomach. Like once a year, I would get food poisoning. I thought it was food poisoning, but it was actually something going on in my stomach. And I would go to the hospital for chest pain. They would call it chest wall pain. And I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt different. I felt that something was wrong, and it continued into adulthood. And I would see doctors and they would tell me, oh, there's nothing wrong, or they automatically assumed that I had anxiety or depression. So they would prescribe me medications. I think I've tried about 5 or 6 anxiety and depression medications, and none of them worked. And I kept trying to figure out what is wrong with me. And the symptoms just kept, I kept getting more and more and more symptoms, like blurred vision, joint pain, muscle pains, dizziness, to the point where I could barely even function. And I didn't know. And I had to, and like I said, the medications is the part of the reason that I ballooned up to the 85 pounds. And I was even called the hypochondriac by many doctors, because the first thing they hear, the first thing they say when you have anxiety is that it's all in your head. So I was going for years and years and years. I was taking these medications and not knowing what was wrong, but knowing that the medications were not right for me. So in what was it, 20 no, in 2016 is when I went pretty much cold turkey on the medications. And I started down the path to health and wellness, but I didn't know for sure what I was doing. So I started down that path a little bit by stopping the medications. I didn't stop the food. I
Wow.
tried going vegan for a little while in 2016. I went, well, in 20, a year and 6 months actually, I was vegan. That didn't quite work for me. And what was it? What else? Yeah, I went vegan. And then in, what was it? Around 2019 or 2018 is when I went to IIN, and that pretty much opened my eyes to health and wellness and holistic care. Because mind you, I have a background in Western medicine, and in Western medicine, you're just taught to medications treats diseases, and that's all that I knew. So I said, okay, these medications are going to treat everything that I have. So I would be excited about getting medications. I said, finally, something's going to help me. Finally, something's going to help me. And I wasn't changing my health and wellness at all, not one bit. So it took me going to school and realizing that I really had to detoxify my body in order to, achieve the results that I wanted to achieve. So going to school, doing the research and everything is why I made Detox Queens, because it's so important to detoxify your mind and body. Like a lot of the foods and stuff that we're eating, a lot of the stuff that we're thinking, just it destroys us. It destroys our body. So that is where it came.
And that's the 6,000 foot view, right? Western medicine, a lot of us, I have that same experience. It's like, man, I have this ache and pain. I've lived with this ache and pain for who knows how long. And now, okay, I got the appointment to my doctor, which is the Western medicine side of things. And so now I've scheduled an appointment. Ooh, my doctor's giving me a medication. Finally, finally, I'm going to get some relief. Finally, the anxiety is going to go away. Finally, I'm going to get some relief from this pain. And that's what we get excited about. And I think we all have a clear understanding of what Western medicine is I'm going to medicate you until you feel better. And
Yeah,
when you develop new symptoms, then we're going
more
to get the
medication.
more
Yeah,
medications for that. And so
yeah.
I think we understand that. Explain to us what holistic health is and holistic
Holistic
care.
health is pretty much attacking the underlying causes of why you have the disease that you have. With Western medicine, they treat everything individually, but you have to realize your body is one. And if you have diabetes or no matter what disease you have, it all stems from a couple of things. Either oxidative stress, which is pretty much your cells are rusting, chronic inflammation, or abundance of toxins in your body, and we're not addressing that issue, or Western medicine is not addressing that issue. They just give medications which adds more toxins to your body. But with holistic care, we get down to the underlying causes of why you are feeling the way that you feel. And it could be, a lot of people don't realize that they're deficient in vitamins, they're deficient in minerals, and they're not eating right, they're not thinking right. So we address all of those issues. So holistic care is a bunch of practitioners that come together to heal you. And yeah, and it's through supplementation, meditation, acupuncture, motivation. Is all of that with holistic care.
Perfect. And food, right?
Food
Um,
is the food is one of the most important things that you have to include in holistic care. The most important thing, one of the most important things. Yes.
that's that's powerful. And so, like you said, when are we getting the right minerals? Are we getting the right vitamins? Are we getting the eating the right foods? And
Mhm.
so, what are some foods that people aren't even aware that are toxic to us that we may eat every day? Can
Mm.
you?
I can
The
tell
list
you
goes
that
on, right?
the average person, I can tell you their diet. They'll go to Dunkin' Donuts or something for breakfast. They'll get that mocha latte and that donut or that breakfast sandwich. They'll then go to a carryout and get some type of chicken wing or something, or French fries for lunch. And then they'll go home and eat some type of spaghetti or something else. And they haven't realized that they haven't gotten any nutrients, no vitamins, no minerals, no vegetables, no fruits and stuff. And that's pretty much the typical diet. And then on top of that, they're probably drinking coffee a lot. They're drinking sodas. They're drinking juice thinking that it's good for them. and that's their typical diet. So a lot of people, as far as toxic foods, is the overly processed foods that we're eating, is the carryout food, the fast foods, the refined sugar that we're eating, the simple carbohydrates, and those things are addicting, and it's addicting for a reason. Like sugar is as addicting as crack cocaine, but people don't realize that. And even the additives that people that the yes, oh you can, and
What?
even and even the additives that the manufacturers and stuff put in these processed foods are meant to make you addicted to them. They're like flavor enhancers. So yes, it yeah. So we consume this on a regular basis and then don't realize why we're so sick.
So even
And
even
then you'll
in
go to
the
at all your nutrition.
yeah, so even in the landscape of, you said, what's a simple sugar? What's a simple sugar that we eat that we may not be aware of maybe harming us?
Cookies, any type of pastry, any type of pastry or anything that doesn't have any vitamins and nutrients or fiber in it is pretty much a simple sugar. Because as you know, all carbohydrates breaks down into a sugar, into glucose. But it's important to have that fiber in with it so it slows down the metabolism of the carbohydrate, and that stops your glucose from spiking. And
Mm.
so if you don't have that fiber in it, like with white flour is simple because it doesn't have any of the nutrients or any of the fiber. It was all stripped away. So, and that's what most of the things are made of. All the fried foods that you're getting is from white flour. All the cakes and cookies and pies and stuff is made from white flour. So you just have to be aware of that and know that it all is going to convert to glucose. And you, even the bread that you eat, people think that oh, I'm getting honey wheat bread. That's just white bread. That's just white bread that they disguise as wheat bread. That's all it is. And it's all breaking down into sugar with no nutrients in it.
Wow. So like things like, so you're right. The white bread is, everybody says, "Oh, I'm gonna get the white bread," but it's actually stripped of all its vitamins and the healthy
Stripped
stuff
all the
that you actually
vitamins.
need.
Yep, it is.
Wow.
Yes, it is. So yes. So it's so important, and we're not, and most people are not even aware of what they eat. I know from talking to several people, ask, what do you eat today? I don't know. Did you get enough nutrients? Mm-mm. What did you drink today? I forgot. So they're not even mindful of what they're eating because they put that on the back burner, and they're so, I guess there is a routine to them to eat what they're eating. They're not even thinking about what they're eating.
That's so true. That's so true. Hey, y'all. This is Marcus Norman, Gentleman Style Podcast with the incredible Nikki Lewis. And she's helping us, she's saving us, and she's hydrating. And she's
Oh,
helping us get to a better place, y'all. You're not going to get this anywhere else. This is powerful. This is incredible. Please like, share, and subscribe, and share with your friends and family, because her message needs to get out. We have to help push this young woman to the next level, because what she's doing, I'm telling you, like I said, I have tuned into some of her consultations and they are impactful. Can you share just one consultation? The young girl, that one, I was brought
yes.
down to tears. That messed me up.
Oh, yes, I have a 9-year-old client that was she had a lot of negative lab results, and she was gaining 20 pounds a year, and she kept going to Western medicine doctors, and they they didn't have an answer for her at all. And her mom came to me just fearful of her daughter, just passing away or dying because they didn't know what was wrong with her. So I came in, I changed up her diet, and she's lost about 6 to 7 pounds in just 3 weeks. And she also, they went to the doctors. They said, well, I think that her lab work and stuff are going to be fine now. So whatever she's doing is a great job. She even went to a nutritionist. She went to a nutritionist and said, well, there's nothing that I can do because your health coach is helping you. So you don't really need to see me anymore. So yeah, so it was to the point I cried also because, to help someone in that capacity, just, it touches my heart. And that's why I do it. I don't, it's not about money for me. It's about changing people, helping people to transform. It's so important.
Absolutely. And Miss Nikki, y'all, she's being so humble. But the when a parent comes to you and tell you that they're fearful of their child's future, Miss Nikki turned that around. Miss Nikki Lewis turned that life around and gave that child her future back. She gave her life back. And that's powerful. That's what this is about, right?
Yes.
To come to her and humble myself to say, hey, I don't know if my daughter or son is going to make it to tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to make it to next year. And everyone else, Western medicine had given up. Here she comes and changes this girl's, and now positive lab results, losing weight and on a better path. And now she can look forward with excitement to the future.
Yes.
You're not going to get this anywhere else, y'all. So we have a question from our audience already.
Sure.
Miss Shanique Henry, do you suggest wheat flour and wheat bread instead?
I honestly don't suggest any type of flour. I'm gluten free, and a lot of people, I realize, just as much as people are lactose intolerant, they also have a gluten intolerance. And gluten intolerance can appear as small symptoms like abdominal bloating, or a runny nose, or brain fog. So you just have to, yes, and especially if you want to. So to answer your question, whole wheat flour, if you want to eat bread, it has to be 100% whole wheat. You have to look at the ingredients list. And the first ingredient has to be 100% whole wheat. If it is not that, it's not wheat. It's not real wheat bread. And it's not going to be the soft bread that, people are used to getting, like the honey oat bread. It's going to have some texture and stuff in it because it's whole grains in that bread. And it's also a lot smaller and it's more expensive with the wheat
Of
bread.
course.
If that
Of course.
so, so yes, and this also goes with wheat flour. It should be 100% whole wheat flour, and it's important to read the back. Oh, I tell everyone, please learn to read nutrition labels. Never rely on the front of any processed food because it can be very misleading. It is almost always misleading. So always read the back of the ingredient list, and as always, the first three ingredients are the first three ingredients are pretty much what it is majority made of.
Powerful. I hope that helped, Shanique. That helped me. I didn't know that. That was a great question. That was an absolutely powerful question. Thank you, Miss Nikki. Again, changing lives, y'all. You are not going to get this anywhere else except in her master class, which we'll talk about later. Hint, hint,
Okay.
wink, wink. So stay tuned, stay dialed in, and stick with us, y'all. What are some, Miss Nikki?
Mm-hmm.
What are the secrets to living my best life ever? Is it 100% diet? Is it just what I'm eating, or is it 100% exercise? Do I just need to hit the gym every day for the next year? What is it? Or is it a combination of the two? Where's the balance? What should I do?
The first thing is changing your mindset and knowing that you can achieve what you are, wanting to achieve. Because if you don't have that mindset change, I don't care what you do, you're always going to find an excuse as to why you can't do it. So change your mindset and find that why. Find that why. You have to have a strong why, which I can tell you, I have several whys of why I'm doing what I'm mindset. Change, get your why. And the second is changing your eating habits, because people say, well, I'm working out every day. Why do I change my food? Because the thing is, I don't care being overweight. You can be small and still be unhealthy. You can have muscles and still be unhealthy, because the thing is, your body requires vitamins and minerals and stuff to thrive. If you're not getting that, if you're not getting the nourishment, your body's going to start to pretty much shut down. So I told people the first thing you have to do is detoxify your body, start adding in the nutrients, then you can exercise. So eating right is the first thing, then exercise. And
Powerful.
also staying hydrated. Being hydrated also is super duper important. And it's not drinking sodas and coffee and stuff all day. You can drink water, unsweetened coconut water, herbal teas. Those are all hydrating. Even fruits, melons are extra hydrating. A lot of fruits are hydrating. So
I,
you can just
I love watermelon, and that's not just because I'm black. I love watermelons. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
a
off.
lot
I
of
was
people,
just like,
and
when
so
you
do I. And so do I. But it's very hydrating. So it's important to get hydrating foods and liquids into your body. And you also have to pay attention to the juice, to the liquids that you drink also, like juices. Juices are filled with sugar. And what juices are, they are pretty much, they give you the nutrients, some of them. Some of them give you the nutrients, but they lack the fiber. And what juices have is fructose. And fructose is very sweet also. It's another form of sugar. So if you're drinking juice all day, you're also getting a lot of sugar. So I tell people it's best to eat whole fruits. Yes, it does have that. Yes, whole fruit does have that fructose in it, but it also has that fiber. So it's important to do that. And if you're going to juice, make sure that you're juicing with fruits and vegetables, not just fruit.
Mm, mm,
So yes.
mm. I told y'all this is incredible. This is incredible. You can't get this anywhere else, y'all. This is, man, this is what she does, y'all. And you can see the passion and the fire that comes out when she speaks about it, right? You can see all in her. She believes in you, and she believes in what she does, and she's not gonna give up on you. Miss Betty brought up an interesting, not question, but it was just a statement. She says her daughter has been having digestive issues, and this topic is making her wonder what she can explore in her diet that bothers her. So
the first thing you have to do, and I preach this all the time, your gut health is one of the most important things, because in your gut houses most of your immune system, and also houses your serotonin. And serotonin is a mood stabilizer. So a lot of people that are having anxiety and depression, a lot of times their gut needs to be healed. And a lot of things that are contributing to the gut health is the gluten, the dairy, the refined sugars, the corn, soy. So it's important to eliminate a lot of these allergens and see how it goes. Like for me, I can't have dairy, I can't have soy, I can't have gluten. And after eliminating those from my diet, I started my gut. I'm not bloated anymore. I was bloated for almost a year, never went down. I was wondering why. And it's because I kept eating. I gave up dairy, but I was still eating gluten. And once I eliminated the gluten and the refined sugars, I have no more bloating. So as far as for Betty, I would take out if she's eating or drinking dairy, eliminate the gluten, and if you can, I would eliminate the overly processed foods. And overly processed foods, they are high in fruit. They have high fructose corn syrup. They have soy lecithin. I know if you read the nutrition label, you will see, and those are GMO products, and and you just have to eliminate those and eliminate the toxins from her body and see how that works.
Boom. I hope that helps you, Nikki. I hope that helps, and keep us posted and tuned in and stay connected. Stay connected to this podcast. We are going to share how Miss Nikki is continuing to change lives, and I hope that serves your daughter. Miss Gwendolyn Shores is asking, is low carb flatbread okay to eat on a low carb diet? And another comment, she's gonna follow up with it. She's gonna follow up with to say almond flour is recommended to me. So I wanted you to have the full story before.
Okay. It depends on, for low carb flatbread. It all depends on the ingredients, and I don't know whether it's the brand. It would be okay as a low calorie diet, as low calorie, but I don't know if it has the nutrients and stuff that you need in it. Or if you even have a sensitivity towards gluten. So it may be okay, it may not be okay. I will have to see what the product is and actually see the nutrition label. So if you can type that out for me, I will definitely let you know if it's good or not.
Absolutely, Ms. Gordon. So type that out, get that in the comments so we can get it up on the big screen, so we can do a consultation right here. Dang, it's wow. Thank you, Ms. Gwendolyn. That's a great question. Miss Nikki.
Almond flour. As far as the almond flour is fine. Just as long as you don't have a sensitivity towards nuts, almond flour is completely okay to use. I use almond flour sometimes.
I used to try almond milk.
Almond milk is also good. Oat milk is better. For me, it's creamier. Yes.
I have to try that next. So Miss Nikki, would you recommend someone who is currently on medication right now? You said you went cold turkey.
Not
Do
recommended.
you not recommend it?
Not recommended. The withdrawal symptoms for, oh, it was terrible. So I wouldn't recommend. But you can go ahead and finish your question now.
No, I mean that was it. Do you did it, but you knew
Mhm.
your body and you knew the mechanisms and you went to the institute, so you knew what you were capable of and what you weren't capable of. But I just wanted you to say that publicly. Do you advise or recommend to any of your clients if they're currently on medication, because they're going to come to you, right, in your consultation when they're consulting with you, they're going to have questions and they're going to probably be on some medications. So
Mhm.
how do you wean someone? Is it a slow, gradual wean off that you tell your clients?
The doctors will have, because I'm not a doctor, the doctors will have to give them the okay to stop their medications. And I also tell people, some people want to go and stop their medications, but they don't want to change their lifestyle. You're
Mm,
going to have high blood pressure if you don't change your lifestyle. So and for people that don't want to change their lifestyle, medication is better than nothing, because it can save you. But if you're willing to change your lifestyle, I help people in changing their lifestyle so they can go back to the doctor and the doctor can start weaning them off of medications. So yes,
absolutely.
so I can't tell them to stop the medications.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's important to know, because I don't want anyone to come to you and they say, yeah, I stopped a week ago.
Mm-mm.
That's not what
I
this
would
is.
never recommend that.
This is not what this is, y'all. This is not what Miss Nikki is gonna advise you. Because just like the daughter example, Miss Nikki worked her magic and consulted the family. And when she went back to the doctor saw the benefit and the changed life behaviors, which is what this is. And then the doctor realized, I don't need to do anything else. Just
No.
continue to do what you're doing. That's the prescription. Do what you're currently doing, whatever
Yep,
it
that
is.
is the prescription. And like I said, the first key, and this is what I start with my clients, is detoxifying their body without giving up foods. I don't believe in fat diets. I'm not going to tell you to drink water with cayenne pepper and vinegar and stuff for 2 weeks, or go on the cabbage diet. That's not what I do. You have to eat whole foods. I don't believe in telling people to stop eating fruits and vegetables. I think that's crazy. So, and I lost 85 pounds, and people say, well, did you fast? I didn't fast not one day. I didn't do the smoothie. I didn't do JJ Smith's 10-day smoothie challenge. I didn't do any of that. I'm not saying that that's not bad. People can do that, but a lot of people can't, and especially people that have to take supplements and medications. And I have to take supplements, and some of these supplements I have to have food with it. So I couldn't stop eating. So my 85-pound weight loss came from me detoxifying my body by eliminating the foods that were bringing toxins into it.
Absolutely. And that's powerful. And that's the magic. Hey, Aaron, what's going on, Mr. Lawson?
Hey, Aaron.
See, I'm he giving you a shout out,
Yes.
Mr. Aaron Lawson says we be dropping bombs. Nikki be dropping bombs on here like she be doing in her group Detox Queens. How to heal with detox without giving
Oh,
up.
yeah.
That's a plug. Good plug. I was gonna do it anyway. But Miss Nikki,
Yes.
what's so why isn't this talked about? You come from Western medicine. Why isn't this discussed? Why is it every time someone gets sick, someone gets ill, they send me to a primary care doctor who practices Western medicine instead of sending me to a holistic care doctor? Why isn't that the standard?
Partly because they want us to remain sick. It starts with the food that we eat. The FDA and USDA, the way that they do foods, the way they do agriculture, and the way that they put these things in these processed foods makes us addicted to them, and it also slowly makes us sick. And when we are sick, we go to the doctors that are working with the pharmaceutical industry, so they can give us medications. And if you're healed, how are the pharmaceutical companies making money? They want you on that Nexium for the rest of your life. They want you on that lisinopril for the rest of your life. They're not. Why would they tell you to do anything else if you're not on those if you're healed, then they want you on those medications. And as far as holistic health, a lot of people can't. Some people cannot afford holistic health because it's not the insurance companies. Well, they don't offer insurance with a lot of them, because if the insurance companies, yes, if the insurance companies come in, they will be limited to what they can do. It will be limited to what they can do. So they want to be able to practice and heal you without the insurance company intervening and telling them, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. So it's all about Western medicine. They want you to stay with them forever. Holistic health, they want to heal you because they know that there are plenty of people out there that need help. And there will always be plenty of people out there that needs help. And as far as me, I tell people I don't want lifelong clients. I want to teach you what I know so you can go out there and do it on your own. I'm not looking for lifetime clients. Not at all.
Wow. Wow. So you see that, y'all, humble in the respect. She's not looking to keep you for the rest of your life. It was powerful to me when you mentioned that, because insurance companies, you're right. If you're cured and you're not sick, I can't make any money off you. That's
Yeah.
why cancer treatment is so
$1 billion
lucrative.
industry. It's so lucrative. It's $1 billion industry. And my thing is, we're not teaching enough preventative care. We're not teaching enough preventative care. And as far as Western medicine, they do not deal well with chronic illnesses. They only deal with trauma or acute illnesses, something they can fix quickly. But when it comes to chronic health, I recommend everyone goes to a holistic doctor that they can trust, because you have to realize it's an investment. Would you rather be sick for the rest of your life on medications, or would you rather find the remedy that can make you become the person that you want to be? So it's so important. Holistic health is so important.
It is absolutely important, and it's absolutely powerful. And I think that stood out to me because when you mentioned that it's not, that's why I made that face. Because it's not covered in health insurance. Why not? It should be, right?
You
But just
can't,
like they
because
said,
I worked in Western medicine, and insurance companies don't want to pay for anything. They don't want to pay for anything. And people wondering, like, and I can explain like the diagnostic tests that doctors do. The first thing, like if you break something, the first scan they want you to do is an x-ray. The second is a CT scan. If they try to do an MRI first, the insurance company is going to say, well, no, you haven't tried the CT scan, and they may deny the MRI. So you have this person that is sick, that is waiting for something to happen, but the insurance company are just denying everything. So the doctor will have to write this letter of reasoning as to why they need this MRI, which takes so much time. And with holistic care, it's too much. That would be too much to deal with. It would be way too much to deal with. We want to treat you the fastest way we possibly can without anything intervening with that. So
absolutely.
that's why.
So notice the steps, y'all. I don't want anyone to miss what Miss Nikki is putting out here. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are on YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Spotify, and iTunes, Google Play, and anywhere where social media can be found, and the audio and visual. And so this is powerful because notice those steps, y'all. Ms. Nikki just explained to you how it works, right? You may have this fractured limb, but you got to do the CAT scan, the CT scan, and all these different things in stages. Why? So they can bill you. Where holistic care just gets straight to the point. I want to know where the pain is. I'm going to just go straight to the scan. That's going to tell me where the pain point or where the broken bone is. But Western medicine is, how can we treat this? How can we extend this out for the long term? So it's straight to the point. And that is why it's so powerful. And that's why getting this out and getting this message out is a game changer and living a better life.
Yeah. And as far as like broken bones or something, I encourage people, if you do have like acute or trauma, yes, Western medicine is great for that. If you need your life saved quickly, Western medicine is for that. But if you have like a lifelong disorder like I do, then I would advise you to switch over to holistic care. You can keep both, but I would advise you to get a second opinion from a holistic doctor that are functional medicine doctors, what they call themselves now, just to get that second opinion, because they do a lot more. Because the problem is also the blood work. A lot of Western medicine doctors do routine blood work, and they're not checking for everything. They're not checking to see if you're deficient in all the vitamins and stuff. The main things they check for is iron, vitamin D, and they may sometimes check for magnesium. And sometimes B12. But other than that, they're not checking for everything. But for holistic care, they check every single thing to see what is wrong. Like for me, I got blood work, so I know for a fact that I can't have gluten or dairy. I have a sensitivity towards that. So I know that I can't have it anymore. And that didn't come from Western medicine. That came from me going to a holistic doctor.
Wow. Jeez. This is incredible. Miss Nikki, what do you have upcoming? What are some blockbusters you have coming down the pipeline for us?
I do have my masterclass that is out already. There's a link that I can send people. So I do have the masterclass. It's an hour and 20-minute long presentation as to why, pretty much breaking down the toxins, why you need to eliminate them, what they are, and just changing your mindset around it and changing your mindset around health and wellness. So that pretty much I break that down in the masterclass. I also have my website, which pretty much houses everything that I'm doing right now. Because I have one-on-one clients. I have about 5 now. I will have 6 soon. So I do one-on-one clients. I'm working with a marketing team, and we are coming out with group coaching and also a membership service. So
Wow.
yes, and I don't have the links to that yet. They're working hard on it. I'm, they're a godsend. And I tell them that all the time. So they have helped me transform my business like no other. So they are working hard on that. And I do have a water challenge coming out also to get people motivated at drinking water.
Whoop, whoop. All right. Water challenge. We got to step it up, y'all. We got to drink. What's the recommended dose? 20 million gallons a day, I think. That's the.
Half your body weight is recommended. Is recommended. You don't want to drink too much, but you want to make sure that you're hydrated. So half your body weight in water is a recommended dosage.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely. How has COVID-19 affected your business?
and it's weird that you say that.
Uh-oh.
Okay, it zoned out. Yeah. You here?
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. COVID-19 has been a blessing for me in a way. I mean, it has been trying times, but I tell people I have a lot of stuff going on in my life. I lost my mom. I lost 2 cousins. I even had a miscarriage on December the 24th of last year. And
I'm
none of
sorry.
those times I thank you. I didn't take a break at all from working my 9 to 5. I didn't take a break. I didn't give myself time to heal or grieve or do anything because I'm a workaholic. I feel that work will take care of whatever is going on with me. And that wasn't right. So when I had the miscarriage, I was forced to leave work. I was forced to leave work. And I didn't have any income coming in at the time. So with COVID happening, I was able to get unemployment. I was able to get unemployment. And with getting unemployment, and I was able to heal myself. Like I said, I lost about a little over 20 pounds in January because I was so focused on my health and wellness and eating right because I knew that something was wrong with me. So I was so focused on eating right and healing myself because after I had the miscarriage, I ended up becoming severely, severely ill. I went to the hospital between January and February about 15 times in January and February because I was getting heart palpitations. My heart was beating up to 200 beats per minute, and it should be, it should be between 60 to 100 beats per minute, but it was almost at 200 twice. So I had to go to the hospital because of that. I could barely get out of bed. Like from January until about May, I was severely sick, like severely ill. I could barely get out of bed. I couldn't work. I couldn't focus. I couldn't do anything. So I just, God allowed me this time to just heal. And it was hard. It was sometimes that I wanted to give up. I just wanted to give up. I said, I can't endure this pain anymore because I was having severe muscle pain, severe joint pain. Had insomnia. So I was sleeping maybe like 1 hour a night. And I was just so scared. I was just scared because I didn't know what the outcome was. But I kept focusing on healing and focusing on getting better. And I was able, like, people look at me now and say, like, you were sick? I said, yes, I was sick for a good part of this year. So with COVID happening, I was able to heal myself and get unemployment and not have to worry about, oh my God, I have to go back to work because where's my income going to come from if I don't go back to work? And in healing, I was able to find my marketing team, and I was able to build my business. Like, I didn't meet my marketing team until about August. That's when we started working together. And I was able to launch my business at the middle to end of August. That's when I launched my business. So it has been a blessing. And I have grown so much this year. Like, I have grown so much. So yeah, I'm
Cool.
not the same person that I was last year. Like, and you can, even people from my past, they can tell you, so I'm not the same person. And that's why I tell people, and that's why I preach all the time, you have to heal. You have to heal yourself. It's so important. If you don't work on healing yourself, God is going to do it for you. God is going to,
Mm.
God is going to do it for you. And that's what he did for me, because I was going to work myself to death and never focus on anything else, but, you know, needing to work or needing to do this and just putting everything on the back burner. So yes. So this year has been one of the hardest, but one of the most rewarding years of my life.
Amen. Amen. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. And you're right. That if you don't sit yourself down and take time for yourself, God is gonna sit you down. He's gonna put you down, whether you want to or not. And just the impact of that. That's there's so much truth behind that. And so y'all take time for yourselves. Take time to focus on what do I always say? What's truly important,
Yeah.
right? What's really important.
Yeah, because I tell people, we're so caught up in this hustle, I'll sleep when I'm dead, mindset. But the problem is, and I watched my mom die in the hospital, and she suffered for 7 years before she died. If you don't have your health, you have nothing. You can't hustle if you're sick. And I know this for a fact also. There's no way I could have what I'm doing now. There was no way I could have done in the beginning of this year. It wasn't possible because I could barely get out of bed. I didn't know what I was going to do. So it's very important to put your health first. Put your health first, find your purpose, change your mindset, and fame and money will come. Whatever you're looking for will come if you put those things first. And with me healing came my purpose. Like, I knew that I was meant to help people. I did go to school, but I didn't really know how my business was going to be set up or what was going to happen in my business. But with healing myself and working on myself, I figure out exactly what I needed to do. And that's a part of the reason why detox creams came to life, because I knew that detoxing your mind and body are important steps to do before you do anything. If you're feeling confused, if you're feeling like you keep hitting roadblocks or dead ends, it's probably time for you to heal. It's time for you to heal and find your purpose. And I told people, life is so short. Life is very short. You have to do what makes you happy, do what you love to do, treat your body right. Your body is your temple. Like I said, if you have that, if you don't have your body, if you don't have your health and wellness, if you don't have your mindset, a right mindset, you're really just a shell. You're just living life, you're just existing.
You only get one temple.
You only get one.
Mm.
Yep.
What three books would you recommend that every man or woman should read?
I'm a big fan of Lisa Nichols. So because her story, I mean, she came from a rough background, but now she has a multi-million-dollar company. So her two books, Abundance Now, and let me find out. Hold on, let me get the name of the other one. Give me 1 second.
No problem. No problem. Thank you all for tuning into this show. This is Gentleman Style Podcast featuring my special guest, Miss Nikki Lewis, on the show.
So yeah, it's Abundance Now and No Matter What by Lisa Nichols. Those are two of my favorite books. And the other one is Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. It's another book just talking about her life. Just talking about her life and what she's been through. I just love transformational stories. So those are books that I read. And if I recommend that everyone follows Lisa Nichols as they can, because she's very inspirational. And so that's what I've read. Those are my favorite books.
Powerful. What? Who are your heroes and why?
Um, my mom is one.
Mm.
My mom taught me how to love. She taught me how to give, and we grew up with her. Me and my mom and my brother, we had a bond that no one could really break. And It's just seeing her and seeing her be strong in what she went through that taught me to be strong, and it taught me how to love and to care for people. And she motivates me. This me doing this is has everything to do with her. She is my inspiration behind it. I honor her with everything that I do. So she's my biggest hero.
Wow. Wow. I'm not gonna cry on the show. Thank you. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
That's so powerful. It's incredible because our parents are kind of paved the way. Not kind of.
Yeah,
Our parents paved the way and they show us the way, and they leave behind a legacy. And a lot of times when people think legacy, they think money. But you're the legacy. You're what she's carrying forward into
thank
foreseeable
you.
future, and you are doing a great job.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Regina. Thank you for
much.
everything that you do. You are necessary. You are what
Yeah.
the world needs.
My mom, even on her deathbed, she did not like my mom. The doctor said that she should have died a long, a long time before she actually did. But she was holding on for us. She wanted to make sure that we were okay, and that's selfless. I had to tell my mom and tell God that it was okay for her to go. So that's the type of love that I give. Yeah, that's the type of love that I give.
Wow.
So yeah.
And this is a standard question. How do you give back to your community?
How do I give back? I took a break on this, but I am big on one of my goals is to go into local income communities and help transform their health and wellness. And I started by feeding the less fortunate. In 2018, with the help of others, we were able to feed over 1,000 people in 2018. And people kept telling me, Nikki, focus on yourself first, do this first. I thought that they were selfish. I was saying, no, I need to continue doing this. That if you work on your business and get to where you need to be, you'll be able to offer a lot more. So that's what I'm working towards also. I would love to have a nonprofit just to help people in low income communities just become the best versions of themselves also, because they're so overlooked in this society. They're so overlooked in this society, and they need help also. They don't have the great schools. If you go to schools like in Washington, D.C., you'll go to some schools that need a ton of repairs. They don't have air conditioning. They have to miss school because it's too hot or too cold, and that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. They don't have extracurricular activities that a lot of the schools within nice neighborhoods have. So I would love to just fix those, that type of stuff, and just work on their health and wellness. Bring more farmers markets into the areas. Bring better grocery stores and better places to eat in their areas, because they don't have that. They don't have that. So that's one of the things I would like to work on also.
Absolutely.
Yes.
How can my audience get a hold of you? How can they connect with you and grow with you and live their best lives?
Um, like I said, I have my group, the Detox Queen group on Facebook, the Facebook group. I also have my personal page that they can, well, I don't know, they can go on my personal page because I share a lot of stuff also. My friend list is getting kind of big. I do have my personal page and also my website. They can go on my website as well. So I do have that. And they can learn everything about me and read my bio as well.
Absolutely. So her personal page, she also has a Facebook group. Y'all, she's connecting people and growing people and her audience. And don't forget about that masterclass, y'all. That masterclass is where the magic happens. That you can connect with her and tune in and get that coaching consultation that you need. And again, her personal page, Facebook group. She goes by her name, so it's not a hidden secret. You might be you might get what you asked for, Miss Nikki, because now they're gonna find you. But I know your marketing team got you. So
Yes, they do.
um
Yes.
check her out, tune in. Her website, just her website, she starts off. I've checked it out. It starts off phenomenally, and she tells her story and her backdrop way more in detail than what she's done here. This is phenomenal. Miss Nikki, thank you for taking the time to be on the show. Thank you for giving back to the community and sharing what you're doing with the world. We need to uplift you. We need to help you. And like I said earlier, you are changing lives and you're impacting a community, a society. And the world needs you. The world needs more of you. Wink, wink. You need to hire people so that this can spread and this can go viral. So I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on the show. Like I said, it's all about transforming people and helping people to become the best versions of themselves. That's what I was put on this planet to do, and that's what I will continue to do until I die. It's so important to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, y'all, thank you for subscribing to tonight's episode. I hope this was powerful. I hope this was helpful. I know it was helpful to me, and I know it's going to be helpful to you. So, thank you all for tuning in. Check out this podcast, this episode on iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Facebook, where all social media can be found. We are there. And so, like I always say, like I always share, take care of your family, take care of business, and take care of your home, and take care of what's important to you. This is Marcus Norman and Miss Nikki Lewis signing off. Bye. Love you guys.